She did light up a little, guys, when I asked her about seeing the other Pac-12 teams in the top 16. She said it's great for the league, and it's good for us, too, because it means we'll be well prepared for the postseason. Looking forward to this one, Calif. Should be a good one.
All right, thanks, Ash. Another thing Coach Tara Vanderveer mentioned is she feels like the Pac-12 is as deep as it's ever been. You see that in the rankings, you see that in the net, and you should see that in the NCAA tournament. As we're off and running here at Maples Pavilion, ball out of play. California will get the chance to get on the board first.
And you saw the reveal and know that Utah has defeated Colorado 77-76 as Deja Young scores with 3 seconds left in the game. A huge victory for Utah, who was not revealed in that reveal, and maybe a little bit of an edgy performance at home by the Utes.
First shot from deep from Marta Suarez. Coach Sharman Smith mentioned she feels like she's going to have to hit a few for this Cal team to get those points on the board. Elena Bosgana into the starting lineup, taking on a bigger role this season. Coming off a couple quiet games, looks to get it going there on the drive. Stanford with a second chance on the O-board. Iriafen on Suarez, foul called. Kiki Iriafen just with an incredible improvement this season, among the biggest in the country, fourth most in terms of scoring jump. She's averaging more than 18 points per game, and then also her rebounding numbers just incredible, just under 11 rebounds per game. The growth, amazing, and she's been able to step up as well. Even without Cameron Brink, you look back at the Oregon State game, the way she took over without having Brink alongside her, just such maturation for Iriafen.
And I think they take pressure off each other, but they also play incredibly well together.
Onya working on those big posts. It's going to be a travel call.
The improvement, her ability to stay on the floor, just gets those numbers rocketing even higher.
That's one thing when these teams met last time, back on December 29th. Brink didn't play a ton, ran into a little bit of foul trouble. Coach Smith was actually happy with the way her team was able to shut down Cameron Brink. Foul called as she drives, not shutting her down in that one.
Sharman Smith cannot afford for Onya to get into early foul trouble. Extended minutes sitting out really hurts them, most especially on the defensive end.
Onya, such a key piece as Cameron Brink knocks down the free throw. Had 4 fouls, had to spend a little bit of time on the bench. Onya working on Brink down low, going up strong, draws the foul. Brink with her first foul. As Michelle Onya goes to the line, into the starting lineup, and in and out of the starting lineup this season, but has been identified by Coach Smith as being the X factor for this Cal team. As there's Cameron Brink now on the bench. Knocks down the second free throw. Cal now on the board here, trailing by 1 early in quarter number 1.
Oh, what a backdoor cut and a jump. This is like the 5 o'clock train is pulling into the depot, and here comes the pass from Lapolo, the backdoor cut from Hannah Jump. You've got to get up and deny Hannah Jump, so you just take it a step higher, go backdoor. Leilani McIntosh knows this is coming, but you just can't stop it sometimes.
Michelle Onya called for that foul there. That's her second, so she goes out of the game right as you were just talking about how important it is for her to stay on the floor. She checks there that Coach Smith has been trying to do everything possible to get her going. The run sets for her early, been just struggling a little bit to find that rhythm this season that she had 1 season ago. 6 on the shot clock. Vermeely finds a tough angle off the glass.
And you could see the respect Kiki Iriafen just getting off of her and double team.
Iriafen able to get forward in transition. Here's Dimitri. Got it!
This is where Brooke Dimitri is a dynamic presence.
Vermeely gets the double. Squaring up is Williams and knocks it down. Williams shooting just about 32.5% from beyond the arc. Jump breaks free. Baseline floater is pretty. And last time it was Lapola who was able to take advantage as Vermeely's shot is offline.
Good start by Bosgana defensively, matching up with Vermeely. A couple of players from Greece going one-on-one with each other.
Fun to keep an eye on that matchup, and fun to watch Kiki Iriafen go to work.
Decisive, terrific footwork, just a perfect finish.
Iriafen third in the Pac-12 in scoring, fourth in rebounding, just having an outstanding junior campaign, the forward out of Los Angeles, California. Suarez working on Bosgana this time. Goes up herself, tough lefty finish.
Beautiful job taking advantage of the mismatch.
Dimitri. Baseline jumper won't go. Pushing here is Cal. Cornelie, cross court. Bring it back out. Suarez got it. Yes, she can.
Confident. You can move her around, corner to corner, up top, in the paint, high post. You put her anywhere. She can find a way to score. Very crafty.
It's her 32nd made three on the season coming into this. Oh, and it just rattles out.
That was a beautiful pass.
Here comes Williams pushing. Transition chance for Cal. It's caught up. Mastro finishes it off.
Beautiful job by Mastro. Just following, just staying with the play in case her teammate needed some help.
Jump. Cashes in on the other end. And you look at the way that Cam Brink can run. There's a steal. Brooke Dimitri comes up with it for the Card. Bosgana goes up, draws the foul.
And my favorite story about Caitlin Clark is my cousin Mike called me and said, have you ever heard of this kid named Caitlin Clark? It was a couple years ago. And I said, of course, Mike, everyone knows Caitlin Clark. He says, yeah, Caitlin's dad is my boss. I was like, well, tell your boss we all know who his daughter is.
That's just incredible. I know. And one thing when you talk to her,
she is playing for the most perfect, offensive-minded, just really understands how to help someone be a great scorer in Lisa Bluter. And that's what Lisa was growing up in Iowa.
Astro running into some traffic here.
Perfect pass.
Oh, and Lane puts it away. Tie ball game. Iriafen rises up. What a shot.
It's one of the areas that she has improved so dramatically because in the past she's had to put it on the floor. Now the step back from 12 to 15 is dynamic.
See the confidence she has when she looks up, sees the basket open. Yeah, I'm going to take it. Twydale gets caught up there on the other end.
Don't pick up the ball so you know where you're going.
McIntosh pass deflected. Jump. Goes all the way.
This is why there just has to be more appreciation for Hannah Jump and her all-around game.
An 8-second differential here between the game clock and shot clock. Twydale. Oh, couldn't get it to fall. Ball to play is going to be Stanford basketball. Only taking 1 3, but 1 for 1. We're getting to the line 7 times as well.
Cal in the first quarter, 5 second chance points. So just doing a good job to find a way.
Card looking for the last shot. Ogden over the top. Aguirre gets it done.
Just a beautiful job. Finding the mismatch, committing yourself to do it, and going to work.
And all you have to do is look at that Washington overtime game last weekend. Jump only had 3 points, but she played in all 45 minutes. Tara said she just couldn't take her out. So the thing she's working on right now is mixing up her attack, going left and going right. 9 points to lead all scorers, as you mentioned.
Thanks, Ashley. Great start for Hannah Jump, scoring in double figures in 4 of the last 5 games. Here's Claudia Longarita into the game for Cal.
And just to build off that a little bit, in Pac-12 play, Hannah Jump is averaging 37 minutes a game, which basically means she barely comes out.
Brink back into the game for Stanford, puts it up and in. Polo, one of the more fun stories coming into Stanford is not one of the highly touted top 20 recruits that you typically talk about with the Cardinal earning the starting job last year as Longarita's 3 is too strong.
She can hit that.
Now LaPolo was picked as a preseason Pac-12 honorable mention selection. Making waves here for the Card as Brink goes to the ground, foul called. Brink going to the line for 2, mentioned nearly 92% free throw shooter.
Mentioned it in the open, in the country. Every player in the country, she's 4th in free throw percentage and gets there just about as much as anybody.
Spent a lot of time in the gym to get that type of jump, though, from 60 to 90 plus. Just incredible.
And there's no magic wand for that.
Oh, Lane met with the block. Have you met Cameron Brink yet, Iowa Lane?
The problem is you cannot go to her arm and her elbow. You need to go to her armpit. Find the space, lock that thing up so she can't bring the arm to the block.
Stanford able to get a lot of bodies back there on the defensive transition possession. Too strong from McIntosh.
McIntosh drove herself to the game so she could get here an hour early and get shots up.
Iriafen spinning acrobatic finish.
even when you know the spin is coming, and you look at Brink's.
Out of play. 5 and change to go in the second quarter. Bosgana trying to find Jump, who was working the baseline. Well, she runs a marathon during the course of the ball game. Iriafen does it again. Lane squares up. 3 to go. Foul called.
Moving screen on Margarita.
So there's another turnover for the Golden Bears. They're 8th.
Well, we've talked about it a lot. Offensively, you have got to work so hard at spreading the floor, setting good screens, and working as a unit to just get a great look.
Ball movement, something that Coach Smith did talk about coming into this game. She feels like the shot selection and movement has been better recently. Knew with the Stanford defense it was going to be tough. Brink, tough down low. Gets her own one and puts it back.
Assist to Ogden on that weak side to keep the possession alive. Solid minutes by the freshman.
Mentioned it, Coach Vanderveer really happy with her performance last weekend. Coming off a couple nice games, 6 points, 3 boards against Washington. Also had a couple of nice plays against Washington State, 11 points in that one. Martine from the corner.
One of those, we really needed that.
Martine, great 3-point shooter, 38+% last year. 7th in the Pac-12, just hasn't been able to find her stride, but has that shot there when she has the confidence. The big thing that Coach Smith has talked about for her, confidence.
If she's open, she's got to take it because she can heat up in a hurry.
There's another player who can heat up in a hurry.
It's an unstoppable move.
The elevation, the high shot pocket, like how do you stop that? Suarez gets her own rebound. Foul called. Brink frustrated.
And Marta Suarez, who has played here at Stanford, gets blocked, comes right back. The double head fake, draws the contact, scored 7 points, was 3 of 7 against Stanford when she was with Tennessee a year ago.
Brink now going to the bench. She has 2 fouls. Suarez misses the first. Apollo also called for a foul there, the prior possession, something to keep an eye on. Suarez goes, the Tennessee transfer, been a great addition to this Golden Bears team. Can't get either, though, from the charity stripe.
Have patience. You played well. Just trust the process. And obviously the story's been well told. Marta Suarez lost her mother earlier this year to cancer, so.
Putting up great numbers, though, this season. 12 points per game, 6.5 boards, 1.5 assists, averaging a steal per game. Just does a little bit of everything. You pointed out the versatility earlier as well.
And they need her to start putting some points on the board. McIntosh is scoreless. She needs some points on the board. They need to find their offensive rhythm.
And right away, Suarez, pretty move and take to the cup.
IQ, well done.
15-point lead, though, here for the Cardinal just before the halftime break.
Shot clock.
2 to shoot. Iriafen turnaround. Just got it off in time. Mentioned briefly earlier her performance against Oregon State. Just outstanding. Career high 36 points as McIntosh tries to take it all the way. Here's Iriafen. Guerra will slow it down.
Good job by Brooke Dimitri to look up and just say, what is this time? What is the situation?
Shot clock off. 15 to go. Stanford looking for the last shot. Dimitri finds a Guerra in traffic. No. And somehow Iriafen puts it back in, and she's smiling.
A flying Kiki Iriafen, the first person out to greet her, Cameron Brink.
The 1-2 punch for the Stanford Cardinal. Kiki Iriafen leading as quarter number 3 about to get underway for Stanford. It's been the 2 trees in the posts. Kiki Iriafen and Cameron Brink getting it done, each in double digits. They'll get the first possession here to start things off in the third quarter. Oh, what a pass. Bosgana finishes it off. Only back in the game here to start off the second half. Stay out of foul trouble just to stay on the floor. Onya inside. No. Apollo pushing. Bosgana finds Brink.
She was so open. She's like, come on now, Cam.
Brink is yelling at someone to go, and Kiki's like, yeah, I'm here.
I have arrived. Not the start Charmin Smith wanted.
There's more of what Charmin Smith was looking for, shot making. Her team does it that time. Also, just about 5.5 assists per game, among the top of the Pac-12, but Iriafen continues to light it up.
Yeah, clinic continues.
McIntosh gets it into Suarez. Suarez rolls out.
I like the move. Get it inside. There's no Cam and Brink to block anything.
It's gonna find Iriafen. Jump. Gets loose, knocks it down.
Worst case scenario. Cameron Brink goes out. Hannah Jump gets hot from 3.
Jump with her first triple of the game. We don't often say that in the third quarter, but she now has 12. With 4 for 5 from the floor in the first half, as there's a response from Cal. Michelle Onya getting inside.
And that's what you miss when she's spending, 18 minutes of the first half sitting on the bench with foul trouble.
Onya averaging more than 7 points, about 6.5 boards per game. Really aggressive on the offensive glass. Leads this California team in O boards. As Jump does it again. Not just a three-point shooter. Cormelie rattles out. Pushing here is Lopolo, and Jump now has 14, by the way. Ball out of play.
Hannah Jump from 3. The timing on the pass from Iriafen is really what makes the play. And then putting it on the floor, using the screen. You see the little hesitation, the floater. Hannah Jump.
Interesting looking at her numbers. The three-point percentage is down, but her assist numbers are up, and that's something we also haven't touched on, is her ability to dish and read the game has also led to being able to set up teammates. Bosgana, one of those teammates who can also knock down threes.
And that is very, very big. Stanford needs Bosgana to really start finding her way on the offensive end. Just getting back to Hannah Jump. It doesn't really matter what she's shooting because she's such a threat that you've got to cover it. You go behind the screen, Cormelie, and Bosgana makes her fellow Greece.
Greek connection.
Greek connection, that's exactly right.
Jump. Foul called, and she's frustrated. Onya on Iriafen rises up, but gets called for the travel. I'm going to talk about the type of impact she can have on the game when she stays on the floor. 15 points, 10 rebounds, first double-double this season. Last weekend against Washington State.
You're guarding that 3. You can see how far out Mastrove is. Put it on the floor, explode to the bucket, handle the contact. Beautiful rip through. She's strong going left. Finish with the backboard.
Bosgana didn't score against Washington State, played just 8 minutes last weekend, 5 points in 12 minutes against Washington. Also in the last 4 games, hadn't hit a free throw, so that's her first, and that's a big reason why Coach Vanderveer had said she wants her to be aggressive. And with a couple big performances this season, dropped a 20-piece on UCLA, one of the top-ranked teams in the country. There's the type of impact she can have, whether she's starting or coming in off the bench. Mastrove going up on Iriafen, up and in. So Michelle Onya out of the game with 4 points. Spent a lot of the first half on the bench due to a couple of fouls. Bosgana in traffic, another 8-1 opportunity.
And it is fun to watch the Stanford bench celebrate for Bosgana. Red hot, nobody hotter in the country than Oregon State.
Bosgana now with 12 points. Get her going, something that Coach Vanderveer wanted to see after that tough weekend against the Washington Schools. Her best game in 2024. There you go. Foul called, though, on Suarez. That's a 3rd foul against Suarez. Still in the game for now. Put it out. The leading scores for Cal, very quiet. As there's a pretty shot. McIntosh kicks it out. Twydale offline. Iriafen the ball. Especially as we pointed out, the 3 leading scorers with very quiet nights so far. Clardy gets inside and one.
Make one shot and the confidence just starts flowing. Handles the contact from Martine. Uses it as a little bit of leverage. Use that backboard and the strong finish.
How about Clardy coming in? Didn't score last weekend. Didn't play against Washington State. Just 5 minutes. It's been a quiet 16-2.
But it feels like it might continue to build.
Bosgana with a steal there. Iriafen does it again.
You know she's confident when she gets that extension.
Iriafen hopping right around the middle of the court as Onya finishes off the play, but immediately after scoring that basket and turning to run down the floor, Kiki Iriafen was in some kind of pain. In the back of her left leg.
And she felt it immediately.
Kiki Iriafen is checked out of the game as Bosgana goes to the cup. Transition three for Williams. No. That shot of play will stay with the Golden Bears. There's Kiki Iriafen off. Looks like on the side. Oh. Looks to be getting stretched out. Best case scenario. Thought maybe it would be a pulled muscle or sometimes those can pop quickly. Foul called here. Onya goes to the ground.
Well, it's good to see that she's near the bench and not been taken to the locker room.
Iriafen, such a huge part of the Stanford team, and down the stretch of the season, everyone's staying healthy. Going to be so important heading into postseason play. And the Pac-12 tournament this year going to be an absolute dogfight with the amount of teams that are playing well.
It's just going to be an amazing finish to see who can finish in the top four. Because there's going to be great teams at 5 and 6. Time will tell, but it's going to be a boatload.
When there hits the free throw.
When 5 of the top 11 in the reveal are from one conference, and that's the Pac-12, what a way to go out. Colorado, a #1 seed. We'll see how that's impacted by the Utah loss. UCLA, USC, and Oregon State, and the whole country suddenly talking about the Beavers.
And on an absolute hot streak. That's going to be a tough matchup for both these teams to go up against the Oregon schools on the road to close out the regular season as Dimitri knocks down the 3-ball. Suarez. Williams. Not going to go up on Cameron Brink. Foul called. Or rather, a travel called here. 6 to shoot. Dimitri, short. Our team the rebounds. Batted out of play. Last chance here, gonna have to be a quick one. Brink couldn't quite get it off in time.
So many weird, unexpected things happen in the course of any season that can impact your team and how your season goes. She said it's just always something and you never know what it's going to be on any given day. But I don't think the spider bite was holding her back because she was looking good out there tonight, ladies.
Thanks, Ashley. Cameron Brink now going to the line. Knocks down the free throw. Stanford with quite the lead. Who needs to be getting valuable experience and making the most of these minutes?
Well, you look at the third quarter. Stanford goes 12 of 17.
One to shoot here. Lane denied. Waved off. Shot clock violation.
Last week at Washington State, Cameron Brink, a career high 5 steals there. The two-handed middle blocker block.
Brink working on Lane. Spinning. Tough finish.
She makes things look easy.
McIntosh. 4 to shoot. From the corner. Oh, what a tough finish.
Worked hard for that shot. And the steal.
McIntosh with her first basket of the game. Follows it up with a steal. Suarez trying to keep it under control. How about Leilani McIntosh? Back-to-back triples.
Love it. Just keep working.
One of the leaders in rebounding, averaging nearly 12 as fouls called. Iriafen going up.
Everywhere you turned.
You talk about how close Iriafen and Brink are and working on the 3-ball, something that Brink has developed and added to her arsenal. Could Kiki Iriafen do a little bit of the same? I thought it was interesting, too. She mentioned that Tara and her teammates encouraged her to take those threes.
She hasn't made one since.
2 for 2 on the season. She is still perfect as she checks out of the game here tonight in Maples. The other thing about Tara, though, is the fact that she stacked up 1,200 plus wins, and she shows no signs of slowing down. Her passion for the game, every time you talk to her, just shines through. As here's a takeaway for the Cardinal.
Harry will look at that steal.
Dimitri, another one.
When it left her hand, you knew it was going down. The arc on that thing was pure.
Brooke Dimitri, 3 of 4 from deep tonight. Vermeely still looking for her first. Onya, the easy finish down low.
For Cormelia, it feels like a sunny day, and her shadow is just following her everywhere she goes. She has not been open. There's no looks there. She just can't create anything.
Quite the cut by Dimitri, smiling because she couldn't quite get the roll. This Stanford team very effective in defending Cormelia, but not in defending Michelle Smith. Really happy with the depth she has this season. Happy with the contributions from the bench, especially last weekend against the Washington Schools. Wants to see that more consistently from players like Twydale, Mastrove. And even if it's not putting points on the board, it's a pretty shot from McGarrett.
Confidence flowing. Just could not find any offense.
Wheels just really fell off there. McIntosh now has 6, but still quite in terms of her production. Cormelia with 2. And Suarez still with 7, which has been her production throughout the second half.
Yeah, you lean hard on your big 3, and in a game like this, your scores must score.
Papadaki and Green both. Papadaki last played a minute against UCLA. Lane going up strong, draws the foul. To Cal campus, 6'4" graduate student forward center. 3-time All Big West selection, led the Big West in rebounding every season she played. Has been moving her in and out of the starting lineup depending on matchups. Stanford with the edge in the rebounding battle, 34-29. One of the top rebounding teams in the country, and this Cal team took it to them on the glass last time they met as well. As Akira, foul called. Well, the weekend means no games to come, so we'll have to sit on this one. Is it better or worse to immediately get back in action and put this one behind you, or to maybe have a few days to recollect yourself?
I think you love the rest, but really you'd probably rather just play, because this is going to be a sour taste for some time.
Fidel's 3 offline, 1 second rather differential here now in the game clock and shot clock. Shot clock off as that 3 rattles home.
The last battle of the Bay as members of the Pac-12 conference.
Something both coaches have said is bittersweet. Won't be the last time these teams met, but the last Pac-12 edition of this rivalry matchup. And it goes to the Stanford Cardinal.
Stanford now with a 2-game lead in the Pac-12 standings.
Players coming on the floor, and it's an 11th straight victory for the 3rd-ranked Stanford Cardinal over the California Golden Bears in the final Pac-12 iteration of the Battle of the Bay.